All right, what's up, guys? Now I'm joined with Obijai, who's turned one soul into $500,000, starting all the way in January. So, hey, Obi, we got a lot of questions for you from me as well as people from the community too.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me. It's a blessing. I'm glad to be able to be one of the few that get interviewed by the big man.
Wow, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So here, hold on my screen, I have a bunch of his wallets here. You can see this one, $90,000. These are just a few of his wallets. This one, 15,000. Some absolutely crazy plays. I'm going to divide the video into three sections. There's going to be general questions. There's then going to be a quick fire round. And then after that, I'm going to finish it off with some questions that have come directly from the community. I've asked on YouTube, Twitter, and my Telegram for the community. But yeah, I'm going to start off with the first question. Now, this one's a bit of a... This is probably the biggest question I would say people have if they're hearing about you and your success story. And I'll say, what is the biggest piece of advice that you would say to yourself when you started out? So like, let's say this could be a viewer that's in your position right now, that's only starting with one soul. What advice would you give them?
Uh, okay, so what worked for me, and I don't know if it's gonna work for everyone because everyone trades differently, but when I started trading, I tried to trade with no emotion, which is obviously one of the biggest struggles that people have. And coming from the ETH community back in 2020 and 2021, I've learned my lesson of being a bit of a G,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Back then when you sold early, it really stung because some things just ran, especially NFTs. But one of the best advices were to try to not trade with emotion and focus on one trade at a time. Sometimes, depending on how the market is, if there's multiple things going on, then maybe you could try to focus on two things, but mostly try to focus on one single thing when you're trading, just so you have more information about what's going on day in and day out to maximize your profits.
Yeah. Okay. How do you block out that emotion though? Like for me, if I'm trading, like I've made some money from trading, but still, I think the emotion gets to me at times. You know, when you see a big dip or it rips like crazy, like how do you just completely block that out? And you're like, okay, you know, I don't know. However you do it, right? How do you block that out?
So it could go in many different ways. When you trade, that's why I said focusing on one trade, because you could learn more about why people are selling, what's going on in the community, what the future
Yeah.
plans are for that community and the project itself, how the developers are feeling, what's going on with all that, what they're coming out with soon or are coming out today, yesterday, whatever it may be. People act on emotion depending on what's going on in that project, and some people might just want to sell because they're either up big or
Yeah.
don't believe in the project anymore. But what I like to say is, if you're gonna ape into a project, I highly suggest you guys focusing on something that you actually believe in and not just going in for a quick profit. Because when you go into something that you actually believe in, then you tend to make a lot more money than a quick flip.
Okay, so what would have been your first big play? Something that you were just starting out on and it just went absolutely crazy at the very beginning.
At the very beginning, my first ever play actually was Harambe. If anyone remembers Harambe back in
Harambe.
January, yeah, was so low, and that was my first ever trade. So believe it or not, I got so lucky because I had nothing to lose. I was so early. Everyone is telling me within my friend group that this is gonna do good,
Yeah.
and sure enough, it did amazing. I don't remember the P&L on it, but it was a few thousand. So starting off from like one soul to
Yeah,
a
yeah.
making a few thousand was obviously amazing. And having that be your first trade obviously is euphoric. It feels amazing. You think that's how every trade's gonna go, but obviously that is not the case. Um,
Did you
I
lose
wish
money
I had the luck.
after or anything like
Yeah,
that?
of course, of
But I mean,
course.
like, I mean, like, did you, because it was your first big trade, right? You see all that money. Do you then go out and like you've lost a bit of it because you're like, oh, I can trade with like lots of size now, or how was it?
Yeah. So the issue with that is being so new to trading crypto coins and not really knowing the market was me aping in with, like, back then 3 4 stole was like, I don't know, we'll say like $500 $600, maybe even more. and just throwing that at coins, thinking that they're gonna do well with no background research, nothing, just trying to figure it out myself, and just ending up obviously losing that money because I have nothing to go off of other than me just thinking that, oh, I could do it again. This did well. Why wouldn't this? But
Yeah.
that's obviously not the case.
All right, I'm gonna flip that question on its head now. I'm gonna say, what was your biggest loss?
Oh my god. You know what? Let me pull it up real quick. I think I have it. It's recent.
Send me the link. Send me the link on Discord.
Yeah. Okay. Let me send.
I can flip this.
Oh god. Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting one. Before you look at this, I will give you some background information. This is when I kept on losing on every single coin. I could not win, no matter what. And so me being impatient was my biggest downfall. It's a bad screenshot because like I can't show you the rest of it.
Okay, I'll open up here. Wait, hold on. I'm mine is 32,000. Holy shit.
And that was 25% of my size.
25%. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it was mostly patience. Me just losing a lot recently on that trade. And I just continued to lose and lose and lose. And so I thought there's just no way this comes back. Blah blah blah. And you know what? Sure enough, I sold and it kept on dipping afterwards. So I probably would have lost even more. I would have been would have been even more negative. I remember I think I bought in at 15 million, almost the peak. The peak I was at like 20 mil. But at 15 mil it just dipped. The second I bought, kept dipping, kept on buying the dip. Until it got down to scary numbers, and I was like, okay, I'll take this loss, learning lesson. The way I think about it is everything's a great learning lesson. Unfortunately, this one was a larger,
$32,000 learning lesson.
Yeah.
Well, I was, before you said the screenshot, I flipped your portfolio to see the worst P&L, and there's also like minus 16,000 to minus 12,000, minus 4,000. Like that collective is like, that's like 60,000 down here. So it's not all sunshine and rainbows.
No, of course not. Of course not. But it's all a part of the game. I feel like when you lose, you learn. And sometimes it's not bad to lose. I know this one seems excessive, like losing 30 grand on one trade. Yeah, it's bad. Obviously terrible. But it's also taught me a lot about, what's going on.
Yeah.
And how to have patience when buying and when selling. This specific trade was just not executed the best of my abilities, obviously. And therefore, losing 32 grand is not the funnest of times.
No, it's not. I'm sure. Okay, my next question is, what do you think is the best way to find plays, or what would you do personally? Like, how would you find something from, like, either finding something from zero or just seeing something that's already established, like $1 million or $2 million market cap, and seeing that it has potential then to rise further.
Okay, so there is a two-part question. When it's a lower cap coin, obviously Bullx has made trading a lot easier for me, at least. I don't know, whatever you may use, I have no judgment to that.
Yeah, Bullx.
But Bullx for me, the Pump Vision page is always where I'm looking for 15 hours. Every single day, I'm staring at this screen and just learning about what is dropping that day. Also have other monitors set up for Twitter, Reddit, everything else. I'm looking at all the Telegram chats that I'm in, and finding out what people are talking about and what could do well. That's one of the main focuses when it's a lower cap coin. Yeah. But also, the hardest part with that is not knowing what the developers are gonna do. Usually, in this time and age, they just sell. So we prey on CTOs. Sometimes you have to go out of your way and try to find people that will CTO a coin, because it has a lot of potential.
So I want to pick up on that. Are you saying that at different times of the day you think it's like less profitable, like more people are more likely to rogue around this time versus another time, or? Well,
no, I think that they're rugging 24/7. They're dropping coins all the time, especially when Sol is higher. They just love to ruin everything. Yeah. But it seems like people have been more open to doing the community takeovers and running projects, as long as they have a decent team and they hold a decent amount of supply. Some better than not. Some better than others. Sorry. But that all comes down to who's running that CTO, or if you find someone trustworthy, then definitely could have a good run up.
Yeah.
But higher cap coins, I mean, they already established a community. You, at this point, just have to find your way into the project. If you believe that this project could run 10, 20, 30, whatever millions, and is already sitting at like 1 or 2 million, volume's good, community is good, they all believe in the project. They have the devs working really hard, coming out with new stuff every single hour, so every single day,
Yeah.
or they have awesome things that are coming out throughout the week, or future plans, or whatever it may be. That's like one of the key factors that go into these higher market cap coins, because they actually have a good foundation now. They build a
Okay.
community that is trusting of their abilities.
Okay, on to the next one I want to say is something that I preach a lot on my channel is I would copy trading wallets, or at least that you should be, watching smart wallets as a beginner to learn and understand how people trade and stuff like that. How these experts trade, right? So what do you think about either copy trading or just tracking smart wallets? Do you do it?
Okay, so the way I do it is a lot different than everyone else, because me with my group, it's a bit different. We have tons of millionaires already in the group chat, already
Yeah.
established, already have the money and the capital to make coins, do fairly well, as long as they have a great community and the devs are working hard. We have the capital to invest into it and to help it push to higher highs. I've never personally copy traded, just because of the fact that most of these guys on Twitter that are crypto influencers are going to use you as exit liquidity.
Yes.
I
Very true.
Yeah, it's the way it goes, and you know what? You can't blame them. Truly, if you're copying trading someone and you believe that they're actually trying to help you, I'm 9 times out of the 10, it's not the case.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
A lot of influencer
and
wallets just completely dump on you.
yeah,
Yeah, completely.
hmm and also with lower market cap plays below, I would say 3 million. I mean, if they sell, they're gonna full clip, and guess what?
Yeah.
You are gonna be the liquidity for that, and then people sell because they just saw a bigger wallet, do that.
Yeah, and
But for
everyone
me
behind them.
personally, I track wallets. I track many wallets, only for the reason to see if they're buying into the projects that I'm already in. I like to front run absolutely everyone and anyone, and so therefore I try to get in on these plays. Most of the time I'm before them, which is
Yeah.
obviously amazing. But the thing with them is that they have so many copy traders that when they buy, it shoots up. Say
Yeah.
I get in at like 30, 40K. This happened not long ago. This actually happened a few days ago. I'm in on a coin at like 30K, and someone on a copy trade, I'm not gonna say who, but they're very, very known in the
Okay.
crypto community. They bought into the same project. I watched it go up to 450K, but they full clip, obviously. Of course, why wouldn't they? And then I just watched it go straight down back to like 150, and now we're trying to make sure that this community starts growing through them selling. And that was the case. It ran up again. I'm not going to say what it ran up to, because they'll figure out the coin.
Yeah.
But it did fairly well afterwards. But most of the time, I don't copy trade, but I track wallets just to find out what they're buying into, and get some background information on why they aped a certain project or whatever it may be. But most of the time, I don't follow their trades. I just see if they're in my trades.
Okay. Yeah. 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 All right. The next one I'm going to ask is, what is your long-term goal now? Now that you've reached significant profits, do you have a long-term goal at all?
The market never sleeps. That's
Yeah.
like, I'm never done. I've won a lot of money. I've also lost a lot of money. But at the end of the day, it's a casino, and I'm addicted. I fucking love it.
You're
I
gonna
have
stay in
so
the
much fun.
casino.
Yeah, I'm staying in the casino as long as I possibly could. Uh, it's been a fun time. I have been buying specific things, good assets that appreciate in value. One of the recent things I bought was a Rolex, just because the price of them are fairly low now.
Okay.
and
Yeah.
they're starting to
Remember
go
that.
up a little bit, and so those investments don't seem like a bad idea. I'm not buying any flashy cars. I'm not buying designer
Yeah.
clothing. I know you guys see me with this jacket on. Leave me alone. I bought this back a while ago, and it's one of those stupid decisions to buy something that was expensive that I
How much
don't
was
need,
it?
and I don't. Uh, okay. You don't put the price. Just blur out the price. But it was.
For a jacket.
No, chill. Yeah, chill.
Bro,
Chill.
there's no way. There's no way.
It was stupid. I can admit it. I love the jacket. It's awesome. It's a beautiful jacket, but definitely not worth the money. Um, absolutely not. Nah, yeah. I've been buying things that appreciate value. I want to get into real estate now.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
Yeah.
Better than a jacket, yeah.
Oh man.
Okay. The last question that I have is, which meme coin did you buy in, or is there any that you bought in and you G'd way too early, that ran all the way up?
You know what? Give me a second. Let me figure it out. Oh no, actually, I don't need to figure out. I was in Mother. Iggy Azalea's
Oh,
at 450K at a 25 soul buy. You could only imagine how much money that could have been.
mother, hold on. I need to see what it's.
It's at 90 million right now. Peaked at like
Oh.
two something.
like 200 million really, but it hit 250 for a short second.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
400K, right? Do we know how
yeah,
much
it
that
was-
would be now if it was at its peak, or just now in general?
Let me.
20
I think if I open up deck screen, it might show up. Let me see. I think it was. Hold on. If I do the math here correctly.
I can use one of these little profit things to figure out the percentage.
Yeah. Let me know what you.
I'm saying at oh no, I can't say 650 market cap. Hold on, I'll put it down to 4. You said how much? For
I would put it at like 450 because yeah, 450 sounds more correct.
Okay. So if it was at 450, I did it around 450. The percentage gain would be 21. Wait, no, 200. No, hold on. 21,000%. 21,000% on 25 sol. So
Would be 5,250 soul. Let's do the math here. Solana USD. At this very moment, if I held, it would be worth $767,000. Yeah, that was. You know what's crazy? This is not the only one I did it with. I did it with Daddy.
oh no, that one ran the fuck up.
Yeah. My size wasn't as big. My entry wasn't as good, but
Yeah.
I still had a.
You still would have been like
size.
100K probably, right?
I think the last time I looked at it, when it was higher up, it was at like 160 mil. It was like 350K.
Crazy. That's crazy. That's a
Mhm.
million
I
in
mean-
both those trades.
Yeah, and just 2 trades, and unfortunately,
It happened.
this was a while ago, and I didn't want to hold. I was scared. There's a lot of money back then to me.
Yeah, no. I mean, it is. Even if I'm sure you got out like pretty decently, right? Did you make
Yeah, of
good
course.
profits?
Yeah, it was decent profits. I remember selling at like 5 mil, something like that. So it was like a 10x, but I mean, it could have been stupid numbers.
Yeah, could have been. Okay.
But,
Okay.
you know what?
I'm gonna move on then to a quickfire round. Okay. I'm gonna give you 2 options to pick from. Okay. You have to give
Okay.
me one of the options quickly. Okay.
Okay,
Okay. So first one is risky or safe plays.
risky.
Meme coins or blue chips.
Meme coins.
Bullx or photon.
Bullx always.
At the club or on pump fun.
Oh fuck! Pump on.
Small caps or large caps.
Small caps always.
Dating or trading.
I can't answer that.
No. You gotta answer. Which one?
Dating, unfortunately.
Okay, watches or cars.
Oh, watches.
Rugs or drugs.
Drugs.
Alright, pump phone or radium. Like, which one do you trade on
Radium.
more? Okay. All right, that's it for the quick fire. That's it for the quick
Oh
fire.
my god, stressing me.
I'm gonna move on to some community questions. A lot of these are overlapping with what I said or what
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
asked already, but yeah, I'll start off with this one. Ask him so the people know what he looks for besides community when spotting out a new launch.
Okay.
Okay.
This is like, yeah, it's a pretty easy answer. The one good thing about BullX, I don't know about the other sites, I don't know if they have this, but reverse searching your
Yes.
memes that you're in is probably one of the best ways to find out what's going on. Um, Searching up the name literally will show you if this has been created already or it hasn't. Uh, Also, Googling what the meme is, what's going on, if it's like on Reddit or something. It takes no longer than 5 minutes to get all the information that you need on the internet to either buy or fade. It's very quick. It doesn't take too much time. I know some people like they want the instant entry as soon as they see it,
Yeah.
like 15K, but you don't know if that 15K market cap is about to be 4K market cap when the dev full clips and you are his exit. So sometimes take the second to do your research. Reverse searching, Googling is probably the best way to figure out what's going on with that coin and seeing if it's been created before or it's a good meme that's
Yeah.
popular in the time and age.
Okay. Let me find another question here. Okay, this guy said a pretty long answer, but I'll try and just make it into one question.
Okay.
What has changed since then, since the beginning of your trading, and like how did you adapt to it? Because from the beginning when you first traded at that one still versus now, how have you adapted your trading?
Just having good people around me, having a friend group that's working hard every single day. I'm gonna give a shout out to Yellow that gave me the opportunity to get into crypto and all that back in December of 2023. He was the first person to onboard me onto everything that was going on, and I couldn't be more grateful for the opportunity. He put me in a group chat with many like-minded people that also wanted to just grind and were hungry
Yeah.
to make some money. Orangey, amazing person, hard
Yes.
worker. Cupsy is, I haven't seen him sleep and I don't know how long. That kid is scanning 24/7, doesn't matter what time it is. Joji, who else could I name? Dilly's a good worker. There's so many more, but our group chat is it's a bunch of great people that always
Yeah.
worked very hard, and learning through them was one of the best experiences to understand what's going on, and it's truly helped me at least understand how to be a better trader every single day.
Yeah. Okay. This is coming from my Telegram. Someone's asking, was your first trade a win or a loss?
Oh, it was the
Very
biggest win.
first.
Biggest one, yeah, very first Harambe.
Your
Amazing
very
win.
first was Harambe, so the
Yeah,
very
yeah,
first
that
one.
was
Oh wow. Okay.
that was my very first trade ever.
This guy is saying, what did he spend my sol on? Besides a jacket and a watch, of course.
What I spend is nothing really, just putting it back into the casino and losing. Most of it just sits in a ledger now that doesn't charge, so that's great.
This person's asking, or well, a lot of people are asking, is there any tools you use? I know you've mentioned BullX, but is there anything else besides that like useful tools that you use?
The wallet tracker is one of the main things. But your number one help is being in a group chat with other people. Being in groups with like-minded people, also grinding every single day, helps you out because you don't have to scan as much. That's the thing. Those people are also scanning with you. So if someone else finds something for you, then boom, there you go. It's taken care of. You don't have to find it yourself. But if you have, say, 10, 15, 20 people also scanning to find something, at some point you will hit something because you're all working together to make a play.
So you definitely think it's best to just like, even if you have some people that are like not too crazy into like, they're not the most advanced trader, they're, just to being together like in a call or a group chat and being able to, shill whatever you have found, you think that's best than just working alone, for sure?
Yeah, for sure. Because I have a friend right now that just he trades on his own. He's doing fairly well for himself, but it could be a lot better when he's trading in a group.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, Telegram will be your number one friend. Those groups will forever be your number one friend. I'm in like 10 different group chats just
Nice.
because why wouldn't you? when you have the opportunity to find the next runner, and
Yeah.
that's like the main thing right now. I want to find that next runner that's gonna go to 100 mil.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna find another question on my YouTube. I know I got some here. Yeah, this person asked how long it took you to learn about crypto and become successful. How many hours are you putting in at work? You know.
That's a good question actually. At the beginning, I was working a lot harder than I am now because before I didn't really know what I was doing, so it
Yeah.
made things a little bit more difficult. Just learning through through different people, so it was more me sitting down for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day, trying to figure out why certain things did good and why certain things did not. Now I kind of just sit here like 4 hours a day. I would give it and just watch. I know what I'm looking for,
Yeah.
and so it makes it a lot easier. There's not much stress about finding the next runner because if it's there, I will find it. I will look at it, and I'll know that this is gonna be a successful project, and I'll ape into it. It's not so much thinking anymore. It's just more doing. Unfortunately, these runners have been showing up at like 5 in the morning while I'm sleeping, so it's not very ideal. I don't like being up at 5 in the morning. I like my sleep.
Okay. I'm gonna say this is gonna be the last question, right? What advice would you give to someone who wants to start trading meme coins but has a limited amount of capital? And I'm gonna also put on top of that, what do you think is the ideal amount to start with? How much SOL should you start trading with?
If I started with 1 SOL, you could start with probably 10 cents and you could make something, okay? I'm not the smartest person you'll ever meet, okay? I'm a regular person that just sat here and understood how the market works. And that's the way it went. And it worked out in my favor. But also Solana was a lot higher back then than it is now. We were in a semi-bull run before then. So it's like slowly coming back now, so the volume's coming back. It's been a little bit of a grind lately. Just because you have to be really cautious with all the rugs and everything that's going on. But realistically, like 1 SOL is not a bad starting block, I guess. Because if I could do it, you could most definitely do it times 10. And what was the other question? Sorry.
Well, I was saying, what advice would you give to someone who has limited amount of capital, so they don't have a lot of money?
Okay. If you're gonna ape into a project, don't ape into shitters. I know you want that 10x runner on pump fund, but 9 times out of the 10, actually 9.5 times out of the 10, they're gonna be a rug, and you're gonna lose that money, and you'll make 1 SOL disappear faster than you've ever seen it. So take your time when you're finding plays. Don't just ape into something thinking that it's just gonna run because, oh, you need the money. I feel like that's the most times you'll lose when you desperately need to win. So take your time is my best advice. Don't trade with emotion. I know it's a lot harder. It's easier said than done. But sometimes you just gotta believe. Believe in the project that you're in. Learn about it. Get into the community. Work for your bags. Stuff like that truly does go a long way, especially when you're trying to work for your money and everyone else's money, and you want the market cap to go up. Because if the market cap goes up, you make money, but you're also contributing to your money going up. And when you start out, that's the main thing. You really just want to try to figure out a way to make sure that the community that you are now involved in does well.
Yeah, okay. Well, listen, that was the last question. I want to thank you so much for coming on to here. Of course, I'm going to leave all your links down in the description. Obijai is a great friend and a great trader, so you guys should definitely all of you guys should go follow him and follow his socials if you guys want to learn more about trading as well, or just in general. He's just a great trader, does some great tweets as well. So yeah,
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me as well, brother.
Thank you so much for coming on. Okay, guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe as well. All of the links for Obijai will be in the description, so definitely make sure you check him out. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.